Live. Hello, hello. I'm not sure the last time I did a live on this channel. I've been doing quite a lot of lives on my vlog channel, my Diary of a Spendaholic channel, because we're doing daily vlogs pretty much, at least this month. I'm back in August, and then sporadic Sunday lives as well. So I've become quite adept at this. I quite like this, and I thought, why not do it on this channel? Morning. So I'm going to put some makeup on. Because if I don't put makeup on, I'll never film anything today. Milo's home from school. The power is out in the kitchen. Morning, Claire. Morning, Helen. What else is going on today? I know there's something. I can't remember. It just feels like a lot. Everything feels like a lot right now, doesn't it? So how has everyone been? What are you doing? What's going on? I feel like I barely uploaded to this channel. I've barely sat down and filmed anything. I'm hardly wearing makeup. My friend Char the other day, morning from Bristol. It's relatively far away. Getting your son ready for school. My son is still in bed. He's actually watching something on his iPad, but he is still in bed because he's not able to go to school because his childminder has tested positive for COVID. And I got my phone call yesterday from the NHS track and trace, and it was very thorough. I was quite impressed with it. But we're not going to talk about that because that is depressing. We're going to talk about makeup and such. So my friend messaged me the other day and said that her makeup and skincare routine was completely my fault. And I'm like, what can this possibly be? Like, I've barely spoken about these things recently. What have I recommended to her that she's kind of thought that's amazing? And it turns out it was nothing. She's literally like wearing nothing, like minimal everything. And that is my legacy of lockdown. I tell you what, I really do need to, like, I'm fairly hot on, you can see it though. You see some marks under my chin there? I can see them in the mirror. I don't know if you can see them as well. Because I have marks from where I plucked the hair under my chin. There's quite a lot of hair now, guys. It's getting silly. I'm really on it around my chin, but not on my top lip. And when I get in a bright light like this, I'm like, full mustache. That is why, I know I did a sponsored thing with them, but that's why I really like that dermaplaning thing, the Hollywood Browser. Because I'd say once every few weeks, I'll do this whole area. And then really all I need to do is kind of pluck the dark ones when they come through. But the ones on my chin now, massive amount. They're all black. It's nuts. And I actually didn't even think of turning on this light to pluck because that would make a lot of sense. Let me just flip up my comments so I'm not missing them again. Feels like the perfect chat as I arrive to work at my own house. Yes. Ooh, we can totally talk about Prime Day because I do have plans. Well, this all really depends. So I messaged someone on Facebook last night, a local gardener type person. I say that because he seems to be a jack of all trades. He does roofing and all kinds of things. From looking on his, it almost seems like there's nothing he doesn't do. Anyway, we'd seen him on Facebook on the local group as someone who would do artificial grass. And when we decided to stay, because we've talked about artificial grass a few times, because the grass around here is not great, drainage is not fantastic, and it's just all a bit pants. So we've had our lawn replaced once already, and Mum got that great big, Prime Day is like loads of sales, loads of Amazon Prime sales. And it's also a day where they get everyone to sign up for Amazon Prime and then they never unsubscribe. So that's how they make the money on that. Mum bought that 16-foot pool to go outside, obviously, in the garden. And she knew when she put it up, I'm going to have to replace the grass at the end of the summer because it's going to ruin the grass. And so that time has come. And she is now saying, I'm going to have to get someone to come and have a look at. There's TVs on Prime Day. Yes, I'm looking at TVs, don't worry. But my point is that there might be other expenses now. So she's saying she's going to look up the costs of replacing the grass, get some quotes. And I said, well, if we're staying, then we might pay the extra to have it be artificial grass. So I'm going to see what's what. I'm going to see how much this guy quotes me. I sent him a picture. I sent him the dimensions, and he said he should be able to quote me from that anyway. But apparently, he only lives down the street. So I'm going to find out how much that costs, because that could be expensive. Also, we now have the electrician coming today because something's going on with the wiring in the kitchen. So I had got some plans for Prime Day, one of which was to buy a new TV. We had our TV hung on the wall a couple of years ago, and it's not really, there you go. The wall is massive, and we knew at the time this TV isn't really big enough for the wall that it's on. So maybe we'll get a bigger one. So we had it hung on a bracket that's actually for a bigger TV. And like, Manny, it always has to be in the video. It's nuts. I also I'm using a Beauty Bakery palette for the first time. I don't appreciate not having a mirror. I have a mirror in front of me, but not really close enough to do eyeshadow. I'd really like a mirror here, right in front of my face. Also, sidebar, why are all eyeshadow palettes warm? I just feel like all eyeshadow palettes are warm now. I'd like a mix. Why are they all oranges and reds and stuff? Let's move on with our lives. So yeah, what was I even saying? Someone's coming out to quote us for that. Electrician may not have any money. Oh, TV. So we were thinking at some point we would replace that TV with one that was larger. And we thought, since we're staying in this house, maybe that will be our little treat, our little pre-Christmas treat, to watch The Holiday on a much bigger TV. And lots of you on vlogs told me to wait for Prime Day, so we did, because it wasn't very long anyway. And no, I'm not so sure that is something we should be spending a lot of money on, because I don't know what these other expenses are going to end up setting us back. But yeah, long way of telling you, I have a couple of things I'm looking for, but may end up buying nothing, while you guys looking for Prime Day. I remember Prime Day being in the middle of the year, because was it in the middle? Yeah, it wasn't October. I'm sure it wasn't October that I bought my hot tub, and that was definitely on Prime Day. And I think that was summertime. I'm almost certain it was summertime, but I could be wrong. Holy moly. I don't know if that is something that has run from this like orangey red colour that I've put on my upper lash line, or if my eyes are actually that red. They look so red. I don't know if that's going to show up on this because it is only my phone camera, but to me, inside of there looks so red in this light. It's like when you have pink eyeshadow and you look like you've got a disease. It's not ideal, is it? Oh, I didn't do concealer. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been sitting and putting on makeup. Do want to give a little shout out to this, which is the Morphe M173. It's this little tiny buffing brush. Obsessed. It's the most amazing concealer brush. I have a real problem with concealer in general. I think that it just like settles, makes everything look worse. And I do try to only wear it on the corners, not out here, just like in this part that needs to be browned up. I also try to put it on before my eyeshadow, but hey. The electronics in my house are not to be trusted right now. We've actually plugged in the router, because the router is plugged into the hallway, which has no power right now. So we've plugged the router into the living room, so it's like half plugged in over there and half plugged in over there. Oh, smart bulbs for Prime Day. Oh, and a Ring doorbell. Lee really wants a Ring doorbell. Would it be weird to get Lee a Ring doorbell for his birthday? His birthday's the beginning of November. And I was thinking of getting him a weighted blanket. And I know these are like real boring grown-up presents, but he really does want a Ring doorbell. The other day I'd said about, because the plan is now to, we're going to stay here and Mum and Dad are going to move out. We're basically going to buy them out of their small share of this house when we remortgage in the new year. And I was talking about what I do with the different rooms and the different areas of the house that currently they live in. And someone had said that I should use my dad's shed outside as an office. And the reason I didn't want to use the shed as an office, because it's warm, it's like, it's insulated, it's fine, is that I would miss all the post. And someone said, you need a Ring doorbell. And I thought, yes, I do. I do need a Ring doorbell. Plus, they already want a Ring doorbell, so there's that. I swear, Manny can be so quiet. And it's really only when we watch TV at night time, he gets to chew and chews it as loudly as possible. I'm talking about you. Yes, I'm talking about you. He just put his head up like, oh, oh. And when I'm filming, he's like, boom, let's turn this noise on. Everybody needs to hear me right now. I don't think we do, actually. The thing that I'm super, super excited about when we do take over the rest of the house is our room, as it is right now, is going to be my office. And the most exciting part of that is that I will have somewhere to film all the time. I've just like got, ever since we moved in here, I've never really had like a space, a designated space to film. Like right now, I'm in the living room by, a few people had said like, I've got a glass coffee table with a mirror on it. And a few people, when I'd shown my like, moved around living room, were like, I'm not really feeling that. This is a needs must situation because this is the easiest way I can film. I can put my light ring behind the mirror, like on a regular basis, which by the way, those of you who were wondering where it had gone when I'd lost it, it's behind the mirror. I just hadn't used it in a while. And I forgot that that's where I put it. Oh, I haven't got mascara. I've got lash primer, but no mascara. What's that all about? Also, I've been sitting on my feet, so my feet are now dead. They're now completely numb. I'm also wearing pajamas, but I need to do some washing because I only have 33 items in my closet right now, my wardrobe, because I'm doing a challenge, which now needs to be flipped out because I started it in August and it's not that kind of weather anymore. I'm wearing this, which, what is it? It's Abercrombie & Fitch. This is a t-shirt, a jumper that Lee had when we were first together. I can't tell you the last time that he wore it, but I always quite liked it. And I found it in his wardrobe this morning when I was looking for something to wear, because all of my jumpers are in, the laundry basket, which is not ideal. Right, I just pulled out a couple of mascaras because I can't find anything right now. I need to rearrange everything. So, yeah, that's my most mega excited thing, is that I'm going to have, that, plus we can have the doors open all the time for the kitchen diner. So the kitchen will feel really big. We can have a dining table. It's going to be amazing. But my room is going to be my office, so my place that I film and such. And I'm so excited about that because I can just have lights up and just to set up all the time so that I can just go in there and film. This is, by the way, Wonderlash from Primark. But it is over the top of a Maybelline Lash Sensational primer, which I'm a little bit obsessed with. So many of you told me I needed to try that primer because I love the Lash Sensational mascara. And I was like, ugh, primers, I'm not really keen on primers anyway. And then especially with them being a white primer, white primers from the days of yore were all terrible. But I kind of love this, guys. I can hear some little kids going to school, walking past the window. We do get people walking past our window. But it's really only kind of school run time. And so often you'll hear like little kids on the way there and then little kids mega excited coming home for the day. Like mega excited. What else have I got going on here? I've got this lip paint from L'Oreal. I think I thought I picked up something else, to be honest, but we'll try it. It's like a peachy colour. I thought this was the NYX one that I've lost. I like these, like, kind of moussey, semi-sheer, just really easy. And not too terrible underneath the mask either. Ooh, I'm getting pins and needles. What I should really do is get myself like a little tiny stool. You know, like those ones that they do in TK Maxx, that's like footstools that you're like, what's the point in this? It's not high enough for a footstool, but it's not big enough. It's not low enough for a cushion, not high enough for a footstool. They're like this big. That's kind of exactly what I need. Just something to slightly get me off the floor. Tiny little footstool thing. I think probably that is what I could do with. But again, in the new year, I'm going to have a desk and lights and a permanent setup, so whenever I want to just come and sit down and film, I can. There's going to be more videos in 2021. I'm so excited. Plus, I'm going to be 35, which probably shouldn't be as exciting as it is, but I've always thought 35 was going to be my year. I don't know why. Since I was a teenager, I've said this. And over time, things have like slotted into place where I've thought, wow, 35 really could be a great year. And then this year was so terrible that I thought, maybe 35, 2021 really will be my year. I don't know. I just always thought it was like a magic year. Okay, let me just catch up on the comments. Nikki said, no, you need to look for a projector on Prime Day. Oh, for the new Shed Cinema. Yes, Nikki, yes. Oh, that's such a good idea. So, Nikki the other day suggested that because my dad's got like a big shed in the garden. If you don't know, it's a bar, but it's massive. It's a really big shed. So what we'd thought, Nikki and I, was Nikki and I, who lives in Wales and we've never met, I could put like all along the back wall where you're facing it from the outside, like white paint or whatever, and then a projector from the inside. So then from outside, you could watch something inside. I kind of love the idea. You could always obviously just do it and sit inside, but I love the idea that you could watch something in the garden and then maybe like put it in a Bluetooth speaker or something. That is a cool idea, especially if we're going to be in lockdown forever. Tried not to ruin my lipstick and just dribble Coke all down myself. Yeah. It's an idea. Plus we are in like, again, not to talk about it too much, but we are in tier 2, so we're kind of stuck at home for a while, really. We can go places, just we can't meet people. I'm going to be 35 next year, and you've got me convinced it's going to be a great year. You never know! 35 in December, 40 next month. Look, we have to believe it's got to get better than this. I mean, especially right now, but it's got to get better than this. This can't be it, can it? I don't know. I just think there's something about 35. Manny just sighed like, I know what you're talking about, bitch. He has no time for me. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to hopefully sit naturally, film some stuff. Now I've got some makeup on. I am 1,000 times more motivated to do so. So thanks for joining me while I did that. Can just imagine you in the garden next year at 2 a.m. with SoCo and lemonade. Coke, always SoCo and Coke. Watching bootleg Vampire Diaries. Yes, I love it. That sounds like a great plan to me. Plus, I could actually meet up with people if we sat in the garden. I didn't do that before because we didn't really have a garden. Because the garden is my mum and dad's garden. It's not what it is. It's their living room area. Their doors open up onto the garden. So if we sit in the garden, because they have the doors open all the time. If we sit in the garden, we're basically sitting in the living room with my parents. So it's not really conducive with like socialising in the garden or spending time in the garden. So next year we will feel like we've gained the kitchen as our own thing. Obviously where they sit, it's like the dining room and the snug. The utility will be just ours. All of the garden, which is incredible. It feels like we've kind of like lived in an apartment. All of the garden, the shed outside, the garage we can finally organise how we want it, and we will get the master bedroom and the ensuite. So it's kind of, we're getting like another half a house. It's going to be awesome. And I'm obviously going to show you as we go what we do with the house. It's exciting. Right, so again, thanks for joining me. And I will see you guys. I might even upload tomorrow still because Wednesday is my regular upload day. I was just kind of feeling it this morning. I thought we might do a little impromptu live. So yeah, still might see you tomorrow, if not Friday. Bye.